And we begin tonight at 6 with new information about the man who was killed in that police shooting today over in Hendricks County.
Police identifying that man as 65-year-old Mark Vaughter of Plainfield. And family also confirming to 13 News that he is the great-grandfather of the two young children that were killed in a crash following a police chase back in February.
2-month-old Iris died at the scene and 3-year-old Eris died at the hospital days after that crash. Indiana State Police released more details about a half hour ago about what led up to today's shooting.
Our Emily Longnecker rushed to the scene when we first learned of the shootings. That was about 5 hours ago, and she joins us now. Emily.
Yeah, Ann and Scott, just a little while ago, as you said, state police releasing the name of the man killed outside the Hendricks County Courthouse today, 65-year-old Mark Vaughter. Also releasing some more details about what happened in the moments leading up to his death. They say 2 sheriff's deputies were leading inmates into the courthouse for court dates when Vaughter pointed a gun at them and fired, and deputies fired back, killing him. And as you said, Vaughter is connected to another tragedy, this one from this past February, when those 2 young children, a 3-year-old and a 2-month-old, Iris and Eris, were killed in that fiery crash in February following a police chase of a stolen vehicle. The suspect in that crash, Sidoni Pettis, was scheduled to be in court here today at the courthouse. That court date, though, was changed last week and is scheduled to happen next month. Now, spoke with the mother of Eris and Iris on the phone today. Mark Vaughter's granddaughter. She's the mom of those 2 children. She said she was not sure of her grandfather's intentions. She did not know that he was going to be here at the courthouse today. She said he had been struggling with an illness, but more so following the deaths of her 2 children. She got a call this afternoon from police to go to her grandfather's Plainfield home. That's when she says that she learned what had happened here outside the courthouse. Police at this point have not released a motive, but they are continuing their investigation. Take a listen.
But again, right now we recognize there are a lot of questions that you have. They're the same questions we have, which is why we're going to do an investigation.
State police also tell us they're going to be looking at camera footage in the area of the incident. They tell us this is not a simple investigation, that it is not going to be a quick investigation. Miss Vaughter, Mark Vaughter's granddaughter, telling us that her grandfather was just in a terrible headspace lately. She could not say why he brought a gun here. She says that, she didn't believe that he had any intentions of hurting anyone. Now he is gone. It's a shocking and terrible situation here in downtown Danville, both for this community, for the folks who witnessed what happened here, but also for this family losing him today, compounding that tragedy from February. Scott, Ann?
Yeah, just awful. Emily Longnecker reporting live for us tonight from Danville. Thank you. Also tonight, Indianapolis Public Schools, several administrators and a former teacher are all being sued.
This lawsuit alleges the school allowed a pattern of physical abuse against a 6-year-old child with special needs. All of this unfolding at George Washington Carver Montessori School. This complaint describes several incidents alleging the child was bullied for months and the school did nothing to protect the student.
The lawsuit alleges the abuse became so bad that the child required surgery after being pushed off of playground equipment. Also named in the lawsuit is former IPS teacher Julius Jonikin, who is facing another lawsuit for filming a fight between students at the very same school.
IPS settled in connection to that incident, paying the victim's mom $1.2 million. Tonight at 6, a Hamilton County teen is now formally accused in a deadly crash.
That crash killing a former HSC football player, Mason Alexander. That happened back in March. And now the 18-year-old driver is facing formal allegations of reckless homicide, reckless driving, and false government identification. The Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office now telling 13 News it is requesting that this teen be moved to adult court.
Now, investigators believe the driver, who was 17 at the time, was driving southbound when they tried to pass another vehicle. Police say the driver noticed an oncoming SUV and then overcorrected in an attempt to avoid a collision and struck a tree on the side of the road. The car then caught fire, killing Mason Alexander. An Indianapolis man scheduled for execution in just 2 weeks for killing a Beech Grove police officer made his final plea for clemency today to the state parole board.
Benjamin Ritchie has waited on death row for almost 23 years. Rich Nye is following this case and the death penalty here in Indiana. So we heard from him today. What happens now, Rich?
Well, the ultimate decision on clemency would come from Governor Braun, but also the parole board will give him a recommendation, and there could be last-minute legal filings to try to stay the execution. The 5-member parole board interviewed Benjamin Ritchie for about an hour today at the Indiana State Prison in Michigan City. Ritchie shot and killed Beech Grove police officer Bill Toney in September 2000 during a foot pursuit in a neighborhood after Ritchie ran from a stolen van. Ritchie received the death penalty in 2002, that is, but he's asking for his life to be spared to do something positive behind bars.
I'd be better served trying to fix and help other prisoners. I've been here so long. Everybody knows who I am. I think I could help us save some of these guys. I know my life's over, either which way, but I can spend the rest of the time I do have helping.
Ritchie is scheduled to be executed by lethal injection on May 20th. There is another parole board public hearing at the Indiana Government Center next Monday, and the board will hear testimony in the morning for those who are in favor of clemency, and then in the afternoon, people who can testify who want this execution to go forward.
Yes, a very polarizing topic.
For sure.
Yes, Rich, thank you very much.
It's been a mainly cloudy afternoon and still a little cool for this time of year, but at least a little warmer than yesterday. The showers for now confined to areas north and northeast of Indianapolis. We have rain from Monticello to Logansport, a few spotty showers, Delphi, Flora, and Deer Creek. Everybody else just a mainly cloudy sky and temperatures close to 60 degrees right now. Starting to see a few peaks of blue over downtown where it is 60. A spotty shower mainly north and northeast this evening. Evening temperatures will fall through the 50s.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. Let's take a live look here on the northeast side at I-465. This is an area that INDOT is now using to crack down on speeding.
So starting today, drivers going 11 miles per hour over the posted speed limit will get a traffic violation in the mail. INDOT's telling us it handed out 90,000 courtesy notices during a pre-enforcement period earlier this year.
That's a lot. Anna Chalker joins us now with how this Safe Zone program is going to work from day one moving forward. Anna?
Well, Scott and Marie, we may not see a lot of it right now because the rush hour traffic's starting to pick up here behind me on 465, but starting today, anytime if you are going above the 45 mile per hour speed limit here, 11 miles or more, so about 56 or more, that is when you will get a ticket and a violation. So I want you to take a look at your screen right now. This white truck that we're showing you, that's the eyes on the road that is catching the speeding here on 465. There's a large camera in the front of it scanning rear license plates. It'll take a photo if someone is speeding, and you'll get that violation in the mail. And there are different amounts that you'd have to pay. So the first one is a warning. You won't have to pay anything. Second is $75. And the third, and if you get more than 3, is $150. You may remember INDOT set up cameras like this in Hancock County on I-70 last year. This is all through the Safe Zone pilot program where INDOT is working to keep drivers and construction crews safe in these work zones. Now that the zone has moved to 465, the department says they notice a significant decrease in speeding over on I-70.
Even with the presence of the permanent signage that was placed in the work zone as drivers entered that work zone where Safe Zones was active, they were slowing down. So that's definitely a positive. Safety is the main goal of this program.
Right now, there is no set date on when the Safe Zone here on 465 will wrap up, and you can't see it now, but that white truck, it's a little north of us right now. It is over near the Keystone area. That's where it was earlier today. Tomorrow, it's going to move somewhere else. So it's going to be all over this area of the 465-69 interchange, tracking these drivers, making sure no one is speeding in this area. But for more information on this Safe Zone, and if you get a violation where you need to go to pay for it, we have that right now at WTHR.com.